I'm Lynn. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm cooking again for the Cumberland Library. Been doing videos since the pandemic and I'm still here doing them. People are still watching, so I'm still doing them. So I am in the kitchen again for you. Today I'm doing breaded chicken tenders. Is a favorite of my grandchildren. They pretty much live on chicken tenders and I made them for them and they were kid approved, so it's a good family dish, not hard and pretty quick. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do and you'll be amazed at how quick and easy, and they're super delicious and they're much better than the ones you get at you know where. Okay, so obviously you need chicken. I've got 3 chicken breasts here. You can see what I'm doing. I just cut them into strips. You can obviously get the chicken tenders already pre-made. You know, what they do is they cut that little tenderloin part off the side, and they sell that separately from the breast. There's a tendon that goes through that, and it's hard to get it out, and I don't like doing that, so I don't buy the tenderloins or whatever you call them separately. I just get a chicken breast and cut it in 3. It's super easy. Just your fillet knife and just cut it up. So I've got 3 chicken breasts here. Alright, what else do you need? You need flour. I've got my flour here. I've already got it in the thingy. And then you can use either, so breadcrumbs, flour, egg, breadcrumbs. You can add, you can do panko or regular breadcrumbs. You can do seasoned breadcrumbs, whatever you choose, whatever you like. And if you want, at the same time, mix with your panko, you could mix a little bit of flaked coconut and make it coconut chicken. I do that with coconut shrimp, and I'm pretty sure there's a video on here with coconut shrimp. What else? Oil for the pan. I am not deep fat frying, I'm just shallow frying, so I don't, I'm not deep fat frying. I'm not going to put a lot. I've also got my oven going, because if you're going to, I'm not making a lot, I'm only making enough for 2, but if you're going to make several batches, you don't want the first batch cold while you're, waiting to serve, to cook the rest, and everybody's, some people are going to get cold chicken and some, so I stick them in the oven to just kind of keep warm while I'm doing the rest. I'm going to serve this with some honey mustard, and I'm going to make rice and some green beans, which are already going over here, and that's dinner. So quick and easy. Alright, so let's get our Feb station going here. You know what I'm going to do? What you want to do is dry the chicken a little bit. I want it soaking wet, and now I gotta wash my hands. When you're working with raw chicken, gotta keep your hands clean. When I use chicken, I probably wash my hands 3, 4, 5 times. Every time I touch one, gotta wash my hands. Okay, so let's get let me move this. So our Feb station, Feb stands for flour, egg, breadcrumbs. FEB. I didn't make that up. Somebody did. I don't know who. So, into my flour, I've got some flour here. It's probably a cup, maybe a little more than a cup. Obviously, you can add more if you're running out, and you can't reuse it. You gotta throw away. And I'm gonna throw some salt. If you can see me, you can. I'm gonna put some salt in there, and a little bit of pepper. And I like to put garlic powder in mine, so I'm going to do that. Oven is preheated, that's what that means. I'm going to put about, I don't know, a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to dredge that all up together. Okay, and then I'm going to crack my eggs here. This is messy, but what are you going to do? Now I've got raw egg on my hand. Not as bad as raw chicken. I'm going to just, you can dredge them in milk. You can marinate your chicken in buttermilk to get it tender, but these are, oh my stuff's cooking over here. Alright, this goes pretty quick. I'm going to get this going. This is not my best burner. Stove, like, they just used to have burners. They were all the same at one point in time, but now you've got I got quick boil, I got power burner, I don't know. No, I don't know. But hopefully this will be hot enough. If not, I'll use the back one because I don't know. They make it so complicated. All right, I'm gonna put some oil. Just gonna coat the bottom. And you'll find if you do a large batch, you might need to add more as you go. It will soak up some of the oil. All right, and let's get our, I'm gonna use panko, but you can use regular breadcrumbs or, like I said, whatever you can make breadcrumbs if you don't have any. Toast some bread, put it in the food processor. You can always add. Better to put too little than too much because you can't put it back in the jar. You can't use it after it's been, you know, it's had raw chicken, obviously. Turn my green beans down. And I'm just waiting for this. How you can tell is it gets like wavy. You can kind of see when it gets hot enough, but you can also just toss something in there and it is not, definitely not hot enough yet. This isn't my best burner, so I may need to switch. Why they do this? Get fancy. I didn't need a fancy stove. Getting there. It's starting to get wavy. You gotta wait. And you certainly don't want to put it in there too early, and then you'll end up, it'll just soak up the grease and they'll taste greasy. You want them to be nice and crispy, and crunchy and delicious. And that's what these are. The fact that my grandchildren approved these was perfect because they're pretty picky about their chicken nuggets, chicken tenders. I mean, you could cut these up in smaller pieces and call them chicken nuggets and try to fool your kids. Good luck with that. All right, we're almost there. Almost. By the time I dredge them, they should be ready. So I always try to put everything close to the pan so that I'm not dragging the drippy chicken over all the burners. So, and a lot of people say keep one hand clean, one dirty hand, one clean hand. I always start out good, but that ain't gonna happen. They're both gonna be dirty. Get that all, let that sit there while the oil continues to get hot. This is so easy. Get it all nice and coated. You want your oil to be hot. The other thing about making sure your oil is hot is if it's not hot, the breading won't stick to it. You want it to just solidify on there. And then at some point you will need to turn the burner down because then they're going to start to get overcooked. They're going to start to burn. So you just have to babysit it. This is not a dish that you make and walk away. You got to stay at the stove. So let's dredge that. And I think I can throw them in. Yeah, I've used another minute or so, so we'll wait. It is sizzling a little bit. If you can see that, I don't know. Hopefully. Literally the easiest thing. Messy. They never keep a clean hand. I don't know what it is. I'm probably going to need some more breadcrumbs too. That's okay. Let's see. Yeah, we're sizzling now. And you don't want to put too many in the pan. Excuse me, because as you're putting something cold in the pan, you're bringing the temperature of the oil down, and then what you're putting in there is going to end up just sitting in cold oil. So we'll put one more, and that'll be our first batch. And I'll need more breadcrumbs. Just gotta wash real quick. Okay, and I'm gonna grab my tongs. Turn it up a little higher. This is not my heavy duty burner, so we'll see what happens. Almost. Put it up. My rice is going. My green beans are going. Alright. Watching chicken fry. Very exciting. I suppose you could do this with other meats, but never heard of beef tenders. You could do it with shrimp. Good. Fish, for sure. Same thing, cut it up into strips. I'm just using regular canola oil. You can use different oils. You wouldn't want to use olive oil because that burns too quickly, smokes too quickly. Ooh, that one's nice and golden. I don't know if you can see. I'll try to give you a better view of it in a minute. But that one looks nice. Beautiful. You want to turn them gently because if you manhandle them too much, because we're not going to be turning them over and over and over. You're going to turn them once and that's it. Because the more you manhandle them, the more you're going to knock the breading off, like I just did right there, which is okay because I use the breading. But you want to just very gently turn them once and let them go. Let them cook through. And we'll throw them in the oven and we'll get another batch going. I'm going to need another egg and some more panko. I'm going to pause for a second. I'll be right back. Alright, round two. I added a little more oil. I'm going to let that get back up to temperature. And I added more panko and more egg. And also, while that's heating up, we're going to make our honey mustard sauce, which is like ridiculously easy. And you can also buy honey mustard sauce, whatever. But if you don't have any, just take mustard. This is spicy brown mustard. You can use whatever kind you want. Yellow mustard. You can use a sweet mustard, or the grainy stone ground mustard also, and some honey. And I am just dumping, and I'm going to just stir it around, and then I'm going to taste it and see what it needs. You know, the kids are going to want to dip it in ketchup anyway, but perfect. So that was probably maybe 4 tablespoons of mustard and 3 tablespoons of honey. If you want it a little sweeter, you can go ahead and do that. Actually, I like it a little sweeter. Just a little bit. I like it sweet. Alright, this should be hot enough. Well, let's go to our next batch. Oh, I wanted to show you the first batch. Came out absolutely beautiful and crispy. Stick it in the oven and let it. It also helps in case it's not quite cooked through. They'll be in the oven and they'll finish cooking. Because if you leave them in the pan too long, they will. The panko will burn. And if you turn the oil down to let the inside cook, then they'll absorb a lot of grease. So I want that happy medium. I don't know what happened to this one. Got attacked. I don't know what happened there. But it's still edible. And we'll get it all coated. Get that in there. Ooh, itchy. Why do you always have an itchy face when your hands are dirty? It's like a Murphy's Law kind of thing. Just get that all nice and coated. Alright, hand washing. Anybody get any salmonella? Alright, my side dishes are cooking away over here. I turn this up a little. Needs to be sizzling, but not, you don't want it like smoking. I'm going to get rid of this. And give this another taste. That's perfect. little tangy, spicy, a little sweet. Grown-ups will eat that, the kids will eat ketchup. Almost ready to turn again. I know the oil probably could have been a little hotter, but I think we're doing all right. Getting nice and golden brown. You could probably put some red pepper flakes in there or something if you wanted to make it a little bit spicy. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I am not a spicy girl. Look at that. Nice and golden brown, almost ready to eat. Speaking of that, the cat's eating. He's mad at me because he didn't get his evening dinner yet. Alright. I am going to let this finish, and then I'm going to plate it all up, then I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll take a bite, and I'll let you know how it is. Be right back. Alright, I finished that batch, threw them in the oven, and I got my plates ready. We got dinner all set to go, and they're nice and crispy and crunchy. See if I can eat a piece without, I don't know, you can't hear that crunch. They're super crunchy, but they're also super hot. So I'm not going to bite into that and burn my mouth. Look at, I'm going to finish it off with a little of the honey mustard sauce. And I'm also going to throw a little bit of salt on top. And what goes good with chicken, a little dill, ready to go. And dinner is ready. So give it a try. And try it on your kids and see if you get the kid approval. Come back again in March. I'm doing meatball stew. It'll still be cold in March. It'll still be soup and stew season. So come back and check that out. And check out all my other videos. There's lots of them on YouTube here where you are now. And come to our webpage, cumberlandlibrary.org, Facebook page. We're on Instagram. We're all over the place. And if you're local, come see us. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up. And I will see you soon. Take care.